what was your general impression of how the team played, and what do they need to work on after that?
There's a lot of things to work on. I think on the offensive side of the ball, I thought we did a good job moving the ball, had good space, got the ball inside. Probably not enough as far as getting the ball inside to Jarnell. Ken's one of those guys can face up and make plays. I think we need to get the ball more to Jarnell and get the ball in his hands. He can't go 2 or 3 possessions down the floor and not getting the ball in his hands. I thought Trae did a really good job of running the team. We got a chance. The biggest thing we were trying to do is play a lot of guys. We got a chance to do that.
The first preseason game comes up that people can actually see. What do you want your team to accomplish out of that? I mean, obviously you want to win, but I mean, really, what do you want to see from your team?
I think to play hard. You have to play hard first and foremost. To defend at a high level, offensively execute what we're trying to do, have spacing, get the ball inside, and more or less take what the defense gives you.
Will you ever be happy with enough touches for the guys in the post, or do you always feel like there can be more?
Well, in certain cases, I mean, some years you might have better perimeter guys than post guys. With the caliber of post production and guys that we have, they have to touch the ball because they can make plays. They're not just big guys down. They can make plays. They can make decisions. And Jarnell's the kind of guy who can run it as a point down on the blocks so he can pass the ball.
A big part of that post is Maymon. Any more word on when you may not be able to tell us what?
I don't have an exact timetable. I know he won't be ready for the first game, but I don't have an exact timetable.
How has Q done with all the extra run he's gotten in that situation?
Done a good job. You know, Q plays extremely hard. He's a physical guy. Really improved his perimeter shot. I think he's doing a good job.
Does he open up options when he's playing at that spot? You can maybe stretch the floor a little bit in that motion?
It's because he's a guard, really. You know, he's 6'5", he's a perimeter player, but you know, with him playing at the 4 for us, it's tough for big guys to guard him because he moves and he has spacing. You have to defend him at the 3-point line. But he's also a better post player than most big guys as far as offensive production. So he does create a lot of mismatch problems for big guys, especially when his shot is going.
What about the flip side of that for the opponent who gets a mismatch that they might think that they can exploit?
Well, he's a physical guy on the blocks. If you take him to the blocks, and the way we defend front of the post, and then you might have some advantages for the most part, how he fronts, he's a physical guy. He's going against Jarnell and those guys every day. It helps him out.
Coach, you touched on Trae playing well on Sunday. Just can you compare and contrast his ability to do what you want him to do as a point guard to this time last year?
Well, I mean, last year he was new. He was a new staff, things we were trying to get him to do. And I think part of his fatigue late in the season last year was how we defended. So we've done a good job. Still defending high level. Kind of took him off the ball some so he can have his legs late in game. And hopefully we won't have to play him as much as we did last year. But I think Trae knows we want him to score the ball. But I think he has to do a good job of getting us in position to be successful on the offensive side of the ball, direct the traffic, and also get into our big guys.
Cuonzo, how can Trae help your team?
He rebounds the ball. He does a good job of going to the glass on both ends. He can make plays off the dribble, and he defends it. He's an active player on both ends of the floor. And I think for him right now, just kind of getting in where he fit in, just kind of coming along slowly to get his confidence and get a feel for the pace of the game and go from there. But he has a bright future.
Go back to
Skyler's shooting very well. What have you seen from Skyler?
Shooting the ball. He's shooting the ball. You know, the biggest key was shooting it well, then you got to shoot it well with the lights on. We talk about that all the time. We have to play the same way with the lights on. And I think for Skyler, he's shooting the ball now where every time he shoots, I think it's going in. I think last year was a case of shots went in, but now he's shooting, I think it's going in.
So how big was it for, I know obviously they played a little bit without Maymon and gotten used to it, but to go out there and play a team with a name like Georgia Tech and to go out there and play, in your estimation, pretty well without
That's what they say.
That's what you said anyway. So we didn't see it. But in terms of their confidence, that's something that helps.
I think so. We talk about the caliber of a guy like Jeronne Maymon, the leadership skills, the talent level, the way he plays on both ends of the floor. That's a tough loss for any team. Just more or less what he brings to the table, on and off the court. So I thought they competed. The thing with not having him here right now and not being in practice, you get a chance to play without him. If you go into, you have games and all of a sudden he missed 5 games, but he's already been in the rotation, that's tough because it's a major adjustment. And it's hard to bounce back. But since he hasn't been in a lot of practice situations, guys have a chance to really make some adjustments now.
And not only does he get to play over 30 minutes a game, but he's able to do so without getting into foul trouble. Do you worry about depth on the front line? You know, now if Jarnell gets in foul trouble early, I mean, how is this an ongoing conversation right now in terms of keeping guys on the floor?
I don't worry about it because that's part of it. Every team has great players. Every team has guys that are go-to guys, and they have to defend. It's positioning, pace of the game, boxing out, doing little things, knowing what you're doing offensive. A guy like Jarnell, the key guys, most times they're trying to take charge on a double team. So you see a lot of different things, but he's seen it in practice. But it's just playing your game. When you start worrying about not fouling and worrying about the things that you can't control, that's when you have your struggles. You just got to go out and play.
How would you say Maymon's spirits are right now? Obviously, I mean, how much is he able to stay around the guys? He didn't go to Chattanooga, I know, but in terms of being around them and staying in things.
Well, he's always around. You know, it's tough because you want to be out the gates with your teammates, and he's not here with us, but he's around practice, but he's not out the gates on the floor. Guys, it's a tough thing to do because he also wants to play himself. He has aspiration to have a professional career, so it's not an easy thing for him, but he's making the adjustments. I did it 3 times, well, 4, 2 in college, so I know what it feels like, and I know what it means to go through it. It's not an easy thing.